Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Redshift Sports Arclight illuminated flat pedals. Launched from a popular Kickstarter campaign, the Redshift Sport Arclight pedals are a clever metal flat pedal with integrated LEDs. The pedals not only use magnetically attached LEDs on the front and rear, but they also have sensors built into it to automatically detect motion, so they automatically turn on and off, as well as ensure the front-facing LED is white and the rear one is red. So quite a few features and a big upgrade from your standard pedal with reflectors built in. Go ahead and look at the packaging now. You can see nice cardboard box, everything printed directly on there, so nice and eco-friendly. Go ahead and take it out. In terms of price, this is $139.99 for the pedal set and the 4 LED strips. You take 2 strips for each pedal. There's also quite a few other options you can purchase, like the LED strips separately with a multi-mount that we have here. That's $39.99, and you can mount that on your seat post while these go on your pedals. It has 360-degree illumination because it has a nice COB LED strip design that really illuminates everything around you. It has integrated motion sensor, so if you stop moving for 30 seconds, the lights will automatically turn off. And you also have a magnetic design, so these just lock into place. You get them close, and then it just stays there. So nice and secure and very easy to install or remove. You have up to 36-hour runtime with 3 different modes. You have steady flash and eco flash. And then again, that magnetic lock with a USB port built directly into the lights themselves. So you just need to plug these in directly to a port. That makes it very easy to use. And then with the multi-mount option, you can put this on your seat post. It just features an extra light. I'll show you that. So it's simply an extra one of these LED strips, the charging port. So the charging port's directly built in, and then this little mount that's designed to work with the port. So pretty clever. As far as what comes with this, basically you get the pedals, and then you have, what I think is really cool, because you have 4 of these and you need 4 USB ports, that can be pretty hard to charge, especially if you want to do them individually. They include a little USB strip, so you can do all 4 at the same time. It's a really nice feature. So you can simply plug these in and then charge them all together. You get a basic instruction manual. They don't include tools for installation, so you will need a wrench or a little socket to install this on your bike with, but it's all pretty simple to do. And you have all the instructions here, well laid out. Now let's take a look at the weight of the pedals. So the right pedal by itself is 354 grams, and the left pedal is slightly different at 352. The extra LED with the standard mount, they also have a spacer option if you need it, with the rubber mount that comes in at 40 grams. While there are a lot of lights and pedals on the market, what sets the Arclight pedals apart is their clever integration of COB LED design and a quality metal pedal. You get a metal flat pedal. They do plan to offer SPD and other pedals in the future, but this one, it's great for commuting or mountain biking. Large platform, and you can see it has these little indentations on top and on each side for extra grip, so keep your shoe in place. Pedal itself has a nice black finish with Redshift printed on each side. What sets these really apart from the standard flat pedals is the fact that they have this magnetic slot directly on here, and that lets you slide in these COB LED strips, and then they click into place. Nice weatherproof design as well, with the USB port directly built in, and that actually helps it stay in here. So it actually slides into a slot there, and the magnet holds it in place. You have 1 button on each side. So you need 4 of these strips for the pedal, so front and rear. It has 3 different modes, so you press the button once to cycle through. So you can see we have flash. It automatically determines front and rear based on the orientation of the magnet. So if I hold these upside down, see they'll be both white, and then if I flip it, you'll see they both turn red. So that means when you're actually pedaling, it automatically switches back to the right orientation. So you keep that white light forward, which is what people expect, and the red light rear facing. So that's a really nice detail. Otherwise, this would just have 2 red lights on both sides, which could be really confusing for oncomers. It also has a motion sensor built in here. So you can see if I turn these on and then wait 30 seconds, this will actually turn off. And this takes advantage of biomotion. So you see when you're pedaling, you're actually rotating around, and that motion helps attract your eyes. So compared to a standard static taillight, this is actually a lot more effective. And it's also a really cool design. So with the COB LEDs, you have the multiple LEDs on here in a strip, and you get that nice uniform illumination. And even though it's not a super bright light, because of their placement and the rotation, they'll definitely be seen. And it's great for low visibility if you're doing any commuting or urban riding. Installation of these is also really easy. We'll do that in the next section, but you just rotate these in like a standard pedal. There's nothing different about these. They also offer the pedals separately as a multi-mount option. So it's the exact same insert that we had there. And it uses the magnet here to determine the light color and the motion. So you can see, depending on the orientation, it'll actually switch between red or white. So you can place this horizontally on your handlebars and then vertically on your seat post to go red. It has a basic mount here with the rubber strap, which works really well. You can also remove that magnet on top if you don't want the light switching option or the motion option. And you can see here, they've actually turned off after 30 seconds. And if you move again, they turn on. So they're in a standby mode until they're needed. And they're very sensitive. You can see even the other one turned on just from the little bit of motion on the table. You do want to manually turn them off when you're done, as the standby mode does slightly drain the battery, but it will automatically do a full shut off after 24 hours of non-motion. Now let's take a look at the installation of the pedals. You're going to need a few tools like this Park Tool pedal wrench or an Allen key depending on your existing pedals. And obviously you want to remove your pedals first. The drive side is your standard righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So using your tool, you want to loosen it. Sometimes it can be really hard. So you can actually use your feet to put pressure down or use a longer wrench. Then simply remove your old pedals. You want to clean the threads, make sure there's no grime in there. And then make sure you install the correct pedal on each side. They actually have the right and left marking directly on there. And as you can see, we're using a little bit of blue Loctite just to prevent this from getting stuck over time, as you can ride in different weather or climates. The non-drive side is actually reverse threaded, so you have to remember you have to rotate it opposite. It's not righty-tighty, it's righty-loosey, so lefty-tighty. So once you do that, again, take off your pedal, make sure you put the right one on the right side, and then just hand tighten it, and then use a tool to really torque it down. The great thing about the Arclight pedals, those are standard pedals, so you don't need any proprietary tools, you just need standard pedal tools. As you can see here, the pedals themselves aren't particularly bright. Redshift doesn't actually publish a lumens, but even in the flashing mode, you can sort of see them here on a foggy day, but they really excel at night. So as you can see at night, you get that full 360-degree illumination, and it's very unique because you're actually rotating the pedals around, so you get that biomotion phenomenon that really attracts your eye. Combine that with the taillight, the optional taillight, and then a helmet-mounted taillight, and you end up looking like a Christmas tree on the road, as you can see here. It's a really effective and a very cool way to stay more visible, especially for urban riding or commuting. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Arclight pedals. What we like about them is that they have a very clever design. They combine a high-quality metal flat pedal with COB LEDs. The LEDs are also magnetically attached, so it's a very slick design. Simply slide them in place, and they hold in place, even during rough roads or slight off-road routes. They also have built-in sensors, so they automatically detect the orientation and motion, which means they automatically switch between red and white, depending on which direction they're facing. And they also turn off automatically, so if you're doing a quick stop, they'll conserve battery. Some of the cons for the pedals, the fact that they only come in black. It'd be great to see more color options. And they lack a multi-level battery status indicator. It'd be great to see a little display with at least 2 or 3 lights to indicate the current battery status. Otherwise, you do have to charge them fairly regularly. Taking everything into account, we give the Arclight pedals a 9.2 out of 10. So they're a sleek way to improve your nighttime safety. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.